Hey everybody, Mo Friggin back again for another one. Took a little tour of some knife shops in Utah. Went to the storefront of Blade HQ as well as the storefront of Knafs. Why don't we get into some of the stuff I picked up and a little more about our trip. So yeah, we had a family birthday party and so I had to use my time off to go to that instead of the Blade Show West, which is a little disappointing, but still we had a great time. I said, I'm going to do my own little knife show here. So what we did, we got on the 15, we went south to Pleasant Grove first. We were a little early. It opens at 10 at the storefront there at Blade HQ in Pleasant Grove. So we stopped at this freaky clown gas station called Holiday. I'd never been to one of those before. It's just a normal gas station, but they got a freaky clown as their mascot. So then we got in there and we were helped by a really awesome guy who let us look at a lot of knives, and he was really cool about it. I was there with my two kids, a 9-year-old and a 12-year-old, and it was super fun. He was a great guy. We can go over to the tabletop. My daughter looked at a bunch of stuff, couldn't find anything at the Blade HQ headquarters. But my son, after he looked around quite a bit, he was able to find this. He ended up getting the Flytanium Beef. Beef. Prime cuts, exceptional service. They had it set up on a barbecue grill, a number of them. Comes with a sticker here. And they all opened up, and you could take a look at them like they were grilling out there. I don't know if that influenced him to pick this one up, but this is the Flytanium Beef. Let's zoom in there a little bit on that guy. And what we have here is a 14C 28N, 3.5-inch long blade with crossbar style locking. This is a big handle. It's 4.68 inches long. You can feel it too. And some jimping right here and a little ramp. That is a nice feeling knife in the hand. Reversible pocket clip, deep carry. He ended up getting a red G10, but they had other colors there. He probably would have got purple if they would have had it, but they don't have it. Nested liners, can't see them in there. Some skeletonization. It's on ball bearings. It's a chonker. It weighs 4.5 ounces. So then he's loving it. He's liking it. And then the famous George from Blade HQ Videos comes out and says, you know what the good thing about this knife is? It's got the BITS warranty. Will fix or replace anything as long as you own the knife. And my son said, hey, you got to get the warranty, Dad. And I said, all right, fine. So we picked this one up about $60 there at Blade HQ. And he's very happy with this knife, and he's can't wait to take it to Scouts and show it to him. Is this on my list of knives for Scouts that I had in my other video? It's not. Why not? I didn't put any crossbar locks on that list. I just did button locks and stuff. But I don't know why. It's fine. He likes it. He can actuate it just fine. So he picked that one up, and him and my daughter, they were, have patches there you can take if you'd like. They both picked up this patch. They thought that was the best one. That's a little ducky. I picked up this knife here that's in this box here. Let's open this one up. BlackFox is an Italian company. I thought this was made in Italy, but it's not. It's made in China. And Blade HQ's been wrong on their website before, but not this time because the box right there says made in China. But BlackFox is a Maniago Italy company. It's a great box. And I like their logo. It almost looks like a plague doctor almost. See, I told you to surprise you. Why am I getting a sandalwood knife when they make this exact knife in black G10 all blacked out? Oh, you're thinking to yourself, why would I get this knife, Mr. Mo Freegan, Mr. Black Button Knock? Why wouldn't he get a sandalwood knife when they make a black G10 one? I don't know. It just spoke to me. It ended up being fine because my older daughter, who didn't go with us to the knife shops, was like, what knife did you bring me back? And I said, well, you can have this one. And she opened it up and really liked it. So that worked out great. This is the BlackFox Atros button lock. Like I said, sandalwood. Let's get out this steel. Let's get out this blade. It's got a flipper hole. It flips out just fine. This is VG10. Minimal branding there. It just says VG10 and that little BlackFox logo. My sandalwood has little darker spots in here. I'm okay with that. I mean, it gives it a little character. Overall length, 7.87 inches. Blade length, 3.35 inches. Thickness, 0.12 inches thick. Weighs 4.93 ounces. Another chonker knife when you hold it in your hand. Tip up, carry, not reversible. And then the action... It's drop shut when it gets down lower to there. But that first part, it really doesn't want to break. It's breaking in though. It's breaking in. To get it started, it's funny. That's the BlackFox Atros. That's the one I picked up and my daughter's going to take. We spent enough money that they were giving away the Gerber Kettlebell. And I think maybe my daughter was just happy to get this knife. This is oh man. It's not really a flipper coming out there, but it's got thumb studs. You can get it out. This is a smaller knife. You can see it next to the BlackFox. And get out the beef next to it too. It is quite a bit smaller knife there. This total length on this one's 6.125 inches. The blade length's 2.5 inches. It's 0.15 inches thick. This is 7 CR17 MOV steel, so very budget steel. Not going to have great edge retention, but it is hollow ground. This is an aluminum handle. It's hard to figure out what this was. I thought maybe it was an FRN, but the website says it's aluminum. And then it has a frame lock, steel frame lock. The lockup on this is way more than 50%. That is tough to move over. I don't think this is going to be a great knife for my 9-year-old. It might break in and be okay. Made in China. Non-reversible pocket clip. Not very deep carry. But we got that one for free because we spent enough money with those other two knives, the Beef and the BlackFox. Then, I don't know if it's just because we had a 9-year-old girl in there and she didn't get to see anything she liked. But they gave us this set of 3 Imperial knives as well. They're a Lockback. They're a stainless steel made in China, unnamed stainless steel. But hey, look, for a 9-year-old, she's going to enjoy having those. So we're grateful for them giving those to us, and we had a really good time at their store for about an hour. Yeah, that Pleasant Grove Blade HQ storefront's about 30 minutes. It's about 40 minutes south of the airport. So not too bad of a drive there if you're in the Salt Lake area. They have a large selection of all kinds of knives there. It was really fun to look around and hold all the knives you always saw on their website, and you just wanted to hold them in your hand. I pulled out the Yojimbo 2, the Spyderco Yojimbo 2, and it was amazing. I didn't end up getting it. I also pulled out and held onto the Hawk Talon. And maybe a Grail knife for me someday. Not willing to pull the trigger on that one. They tell me that if I send my receipt in, that I can get my Blade Club points on the website. All right, so after we picked up those knives, we got back in the car and we headed an hour north. Knafs, we got on the freeway, the 15 again, dude. We headed up the 15 to Clearview, Utah. They're about an hour apart, the two stores. And I was geeking out. They had, I'm in line for the second batch of the Little Lulu, but we saw the little display they had of the development of the Little Lulu and how tiny the initial handle was going to be. And I held it in my hand and I said, wow, this is going to be a small knife. It's probably my smallest fixed blade knife. Maybe my smallest knife I'm going to own. And I was a geek. I looked at the chalkboard that's in the videos, all the space kitties, and also I saw the pillow that said Drop Points built this house. And I was geeking out over all the stuff you see in the videos. And it's because the videos are filmed right there in their storefront. And then the guy who was helping us there was Matt, and he's the 3D printed guy that was in one of their videos. And so it's all like a little, for us, for YouTube guys who follow this knife stuff, it was really super cool and fun to see those guys and to see all the stuff on the wall. What we're going to see, where I picked up that stuff we're going to see on the table here. We asked them if they had any of those kits because we had picked up a kit to make a plastic knife. And so my daughter made this in the car on the way home. Matt was awesome. He gave her the little tool to clip off all the little pieces of plastic. And then she was able to push those pins in the car and has about as much good time with this knife as any real knife that we gave her. So thank you, Matt, for finding that for us. I picked up two of these bad boys. This is the Burrito Grande that Knaf makes. I think this is dollar for dollar the best value knife package material that you're going to find. For $39, often goes on sale for as low as $32. So keep an eye out for those. You got this grab handle up here. You have these two grommets there. You could hang this on a wall. It's got some hook and loop up here for the outside if you wanted to label this one as, your whatever knives you're sorting these in. And then it has spots for 17. Oh, and then it has some hook and loop up here too. And you can deck out your Knafs with your Blade HQ patch. And we have 17 slots as well as some elastic loops here at these bottom two, larger ones down here for bigger knives, and then some loops here if you wanted to put in any tools in there. And then this one folds over here to protect your bottom. You can leave your clips out, which I like about this. You leave your clips out. You can fold that over. Magnets right there and there. And then as you fold this up, it protects all your knives from each other if you leave the clips hanging out. Clip those in there, tighten them down, and throw it under your bed like you do with all your other knives. And you can just grab these, store all your knives in a nice Burrito Grande. And then I said, we're not even going to get any knives here. We got Lander 6. We picked up 2 Lander 6. They come in these little boxes, and my daughter said to me, she said, I want that box. I think she's as happy with the box as she made some little craft thing with it as she is with the knife. Why do I buy her knives? Why don't I just buy her boxes? So yeah, these are Knaf's little keychain knives. The Lander 6. Got a purple and a blue. Like I said, my son goes for purple whenever he can. These are drop point blades. The total length is 1.55 inches. These are 4034 stainless steel, which is similar to 420HC, which we're fine with. That's what you get on all your Leatherman knives. There it is next to my sidekick. Here it is next to the, here they are next to the Beef and the Fox Atros. So, keychain knives, that's fine. FRN handles. Lockback. You can see the lockback there. And these are made in Taiwan, which I appreciate. And these come out around, I think they were like $15. Don't quote me on that. Then afterwards, we went to Thurgood Creamery right there by Knafs. Enjoyed some ice cream. I had black licorice ice cream. Everything's got to be black with me. Black licorice, ice cream. Even my ice cream has to be black. All my knives have to be black. And my ice cream has to be black as well. Thank you so much for watching this video about my little knife tour in the Salt Lake City area. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you get a chance to get out there and see those storefronts. See you in the next one. Like and subscribe. And you know, what kind of dad buys their kid an automatic knife? Like a really cool dad, probably, like me.